Good morning, guys. Silas back again today, and check out this wheat field. Amber waves of grain, almost ready to harvest. There's just a little bit of green left in it. But this is beautiful, and this time of year is always beautiful here in Kansas because it's just field after field, after mile after mile after mile of this. And some people might think it's kind of boring or the same, but it's only for a short time, and I really look forward to this time of year. I'm sure you guys can hear it a little bit, but I'm walking through it now. I just like that sound. It's an awesome sound. I don't know, maybe it's a Kansas thing. Hard telling. We're getting close to done. Kind of look around here. This was that big pile of tires. That one's going to stay with the farm. But there's just a few left back here. I'm going to save these here. Those make cool little French garden planters or something like that. Those will work great for that. They'll sell good. And this old combine cab is in pretty good shape. It's got good color. I just got to cut one tree out of it. This one here, which should come right out, no problem. And we'll go ahead and save that. I'll come back here with the skid steer here in a little bit and grab these last few tires. And there's just this old header left over here. And it's got really neat wood on it. So we're going to take it, go ahead and take it home and then cut the wood off of it so we have some neat pieces of wood. These old iron wheels, not much left. All that's completely cleared out now. Here's where that GS California was sitting that everybody likes so much. I still have the car. I haven't had time to clean it up and advertise it yet, but I'll get to that later this summer. I'm a little bit tired today. I was up late last night editing. I switched to a new program and I was trying to figure it all out, and so it took me 3 times as long as it should have. But there's a lot of cool features in this new program I bought, and I'm really looking forward to that. And then I woke up early this morning so I could do some stock trading. There's a company called U1, and I bought them a week ago, and they almost doubled in the last week, so that was pretty cool. So I sold them this morning in the pre-market before prices dropped. And then I got out to where I parked my truck at and got it started, got it warmed up, got the back of it cleaned out. I had a bunch of batteries in there. Did that early this morning, and I was at the shredder when they opened to unload that load of junk I loaded up at the end of Friday. I didn't do any vlogging on Friday. I didn't even take my camera with me that day. I was like, you know what? I just want to get this done. I want to work for a little bit and not worry about a camera. But I kind of missed it, so I brought it with me today. So this is what I'm doing today. Just running around with the skid steer with the claw, loading up all this iron that's left in these trees. This is where that great big pile of iron was. Most of it's gone, but there's a few heavy pieces and pieces buried in the dirt over here still. And I'm throwing it all on the trailer. There was a ton of engines back in the trees. I didn't even know were there. This place just never ends. I keep finding more and more. Buried in the weeds, buried in the trees. It's everywhere. We are loaded and ready to roll. This is a pretty heavy load here, pretty ugly load. There's a bunch of heavy stuff in here, like that's solid steel there. There's several of those in there. That big old plow up on top. Engines, a bunch of engines in there. That old tank, bunches of pipe, you name it. So this ought to be a pretty heavy load. Unloading it off of my trailer into that trailer. cut it. Got the next load loaded up with the sketchy engine, the old grader cab. Bunches of rear ends, farm equipment, more engines, an old winch, you name it. Heavy load. We are slowly getting it cleaned out. My truck's loaded again, ready to go. But we got most of this cleaned out. There's a little bit left in here. I got that motorcycle out finally. That's what I'm going to show you now. It is pretty cool. I'm not sure what it is. It's not a very big bike, but it just got a good look to it. It's all rusted. It's just yard art is all it is. And I managed to get this old Black Hawk out of here too. That's pretty neat. But yeah, we'll go through here tomorrow. Most of this is just scrap. I'll probably hang on to this old table. It's pretty neat. And then that old vise over there. But this is still just miscellaneous junk scattered around. And that building is full of cast iron and stuff like that. And here's my load. It doesn't look like a big load compared to what I usually haul out of here. It really kind of looks like a small load. But this load here, we loaded almost entirely by hand. So it's all handheld iron. And there's about 5 engines in there and that big plow up on top. So this is actually just as heavy as the other loads. There's just no bulky stuff in this load at all except for the stuff at the very back. And I put that back there so I could strap it easy and hold everything else in. Good morning, Silas back again. I didn't finish my vlog yesterday. I didn't have that much material. It was kind of hard to record and run the skid steer all day. Plus it got really hot. So I've got a little bit, but I decided I'd just combine 2 days into one like I've been doing. That seems to work pretty good. But I'm out here and I have a new thing that may make that a little bit easier. This is what's called an action hat. Comes with this little aluminum piece here that I can attach my GoPro to. And on the inside, it's got this little floaty deal inside it. These are really made for fishing videos. That way you can have your camera on your head, ready to go, or sitting beside you where you can toss it on your head real quick and it will float if it falls in the water. I may use it for that in the future, but regardless, this will be really handy for what I do. Running the skid steer, running equipment, that sort of stuff. And that way I can just put it on my head and I don't have to hold it with a hand and try to operate the equipment. This isn't a sponsored video or anything like that. I just really like the product. I paid full price for it. They don't know me from Adam. But I'm getting ready to take a load into the shredder, take that in, and then we're going to go back out to the farm and get back to work. Cleaning the old building out. Got all sorts of cool stuff. Carburetors, gears, more gears. But this piece back here, a creepy bunny. It's like the demented version of Bugs Bunny hanging out on the wall. We're gonna take that down. This is the final load of scrap off that place. Some engines, a bunch of cranks. We cleaned out a building and all this is in there. All these appliances. Just random junk, not a whole lot. Should be a fairly heavy load. The load from my montage of loading with the skid steer, I already hauled in. I never took a picture or recorded it when I took it in. I was in a hurry and I was just rushing. But this load here, we got loaded up last night and I just brought it home. I'm gonna take it in now. They open here in a few minutes. This really crazy looking painting was on the wall hanging in the building. It wasn't hanging, it was actually, this was the wall and they just painted it on the wall. So we actually had to cut the wall out. But that is too cool. That's all for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. And above all else, get out there and find an adventure. We'll see you next time.